Hey, I was Brian with a little too much junk removal. We've got junk removal job number 3. I'm on my way to it right now. If you saw my first 2 videos, you'll notice I'm not in the truck. The truck and trailer out of my dad's house. I got a text message from somebody asking if I could remove a mini fridge. They had a picture of it, just a regular little mini fridge, and a few pieces, wood panels, like from part of a shipping crate. And 20 minutes from my house. It looks like I should be in and out in 10 minutes. So we'll see about that. But I've got my 2-wheeler back there that turns into a 4-wheeler, and I quoted him $60 to get the stuff out of there, knowing that I don't have to take any of it to the dump. If the refrigerator's in good shape, I may resell it, actually. We'll just have to see about that. But I'm on my way there, and I'll get back to you with the details, how long it took, once I get it all, loaded up, and we'll talk about the numbers and what the expenses are in total for this job. We were in and out of there in 17 minutes. It was right out the front door for the little mini fridge. I asked, and unfortunately he said it doesn't work. He said it comes on, but it doesn't cool. So I might tinker with it for, 30 minutes. See if I can get it to work somehow. Because it'd be worth selling on Facebook, for 30, 40, 50 bucks. If not, I may even try to sell it on Facebook for $10 for parts. See, I don't know. And then there's these big wood panels in the back. I don't know if you can see those, but I was like, man, that's a big crate. It looked a lot smaller in the picture, but fit in the back of the van no problem. And I said, what was in here? He goes, that was a flight simulator. So he's working on being a pilot. He's got a flight simulator at his house, and he told me that. The crate was stacked up next to some batteries in his garage. And as I was about to leave, he said, hey, will you take those batteries? I said, man, I don't really know what to do with batteries. I said, but, he goes, well, how much would you want to take them? And I said, well, you want to give me 20 bucks, I'll throw them in the van and I'll figure it out. And he mentioned, he goes, I heard that O'Reilly will take used batteries and even give you credit maybe for them. And he said that, and I actually remember now a guy at O'Reilly saying that to me. I guess last time I got a battery, he said, hey, if you ever have an extra battery, you can bring it in and we'll give you credit. I don't know if it has to be one of their brands or not, but I'm going to O'Reilly now to figure out if they'll take the 3 batteries that I have. And if not, I don't know. I'm not going to throw them in the garbage, obviously, but I'll find somebody that takes batteries, old batteries, and get rid of them properly. But, so that's 80 bucks I'm on my way home. I should be there. Just the whole round trip should be less than an hour. The wood panels, if I don't use them for anything at home, just gonna use my skill saw. I'm gonna cut them in quarters, throw it out for Big Junk Pickup Day. And then the fridge, just, I don't know, we'll see. Nothing's going to the dump though. I'm not gonna have any dump fees. I'm gonna have, a little bit of gas in my time, so I just got back home to drop off the wood and the little mini fridge. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. That wood is pretty stout. I tested the first couple pieces and my door shut fine, but then as I stacked it up, it was a little tougher. I did slam the back door of my van, popped this little, that'll snap back in, but broke that little piece off right there because I slammed it pretty hard. So luckily the piece is in my van and I can glue it back on. But next time I need to have all the seats out whenever I go do a job and not just the back row down. So in any case, and then I've got the fridge back there. Yeah, I'm gonna get this unloaded. I'm sitting in the driveway. I got everything unloaded and wanted to break down the numbers. Before we get into that though, a couple interesting things. I did ask him where he got my information. He did find me on Craigslist, and I'm just like, man, another $5 well spent on Craigslist. So that's I've done 2 posts now, $5 a piece, so I'm happy with that. while I was loading up the big like crate panels in my van, he said, "Hey, we own some rental property. Would you like haul stuff away from rental properties like couches and furniture and stuff like that if people leave it behind?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And he goes, "Great." He goes, I'll get you in our, pass your information to the lady who like manages that stuff for us." And I grabbed a few cards. I say cards, so this is what I have. I haven't showed these, but for prospecting customers, like if I'm going to a senior citizen center or an apartment complex or property manager's office, anything like that, whenever I meet people, I'm giving them these little bags that I made. It's got, man, the light's horrible. It's got 2 business cards, 2 mint lifesavers, 2 candy lifesavers, and a little sticker I printed that says, "When you need a lifesaver, a little too much junk removal." It's got my phone number on there. But I got the little baggies off Amazon, the little candies off Amazon, and then I printed the stickers on my thermal printer that I use to print labels for my eBay business. And I just, whenever I was like watching a show or something, I would just sit there and bag those things up while I was doing it. I made a few hundred of them, and I've been handing them out. So I grabbed a handful of those and I handed them to him. I said, "Here," I said, "now you have some cards and candy and anybody else you know that might need some junk removed." He lived in a pretty nice townhouse downtown Oklahoma City. So I was like, "Anybody else you know that needs any service like that, just give them one of these and I'll be happy to help." So that could potentially be a good lead. We'll have to see what that turns into. But let's talk about the numbers overall. I did go to O'Reilly. They did take the batteries and they did give me $10 credit per battery. There's the receipt. Get it focused here. I'm sorry. I don't know. There I gotta hold it back. I was trying to get too close. So you can see there the gift card reload right there. That's my gift card from O'Reilly. So they did give me $10 per battery, which is awesome. I'm gonna include that in my income because I spend money at O'Reilly regularly whenever I do car maintenance. I do most of my own car maintenance and I buy most of my stuff there. I buy stuff when it's on sale, and I'll stock up. I do my oil change stuff from O'Reilly whenever they're having sales. So I'm going to count that as income. So I made $80. Originally, I was going to make $60 for 1 hour, a 1 hour round trip. Then when I was there, he asked about the 3 batteries. An extra $20 is what I charged for that. So that's $80 from him, $30 from O'Reilly. It's $110 total income. I spent $3 in gas, including the detour to O'Reilly's before I got home. It was 26 miles total round trip. And it took 1.5 hours to get everything done. And that's from the time I left my house, drove, loaded up the stuff, chatted with the guy, went to O'Reilly, got back to my house, and unloaded all the stuff to go out for big junk pickup. 1.5 hours total for all that. So the $107, the 110 minus $3 gas divided by 1.5 hours came out to $71.33 per hour in income, which is pretty good. It's getting better each job. This is my 3rd job. I think started like 58 and 62 and now 71. So I'm just going to keep trying to build that up as I get more jobs and get to the best per hour rate that I can get. I think there's some people getting as much as $100 an hour, which would be phenomenal. I'm just not there yet, but I'm working on it. So that's really it. It was a pretty smooth and easy job. Really nice guy. Yeah, it just went really well, and everything fit in the van and worked. So if you have any comments, questions, if you have any suggestions, this is a new business for me. It's only my 3rd junk removal job, so any tips or tricks, I certainly do appreciate those. Leave those down in the comments and I'll get back to you right away. And until next time, have a great day.